And action.
Okay. I've thrown a series of mugs that would satisfy a lot of purposes. This one would be great in the car. It might even fit in a cup holder. This one is just like loose and kind of fun looking. Sort of inspired by my friend Jason Smith's mug. These are just like small cups. This one I put a dent in on purpose to make for extra finger room. So if that's an issue for you, you could always put a little dent in the side of your mug. Here's another travel. This one actually would be great for whipped cream. And I have a series of mugs here. A series of handles. If when you come back on the second day, or if your pots and your handles have been sitting outside and you're finding they're a little stiff on the thin area, then feel free to just dunk the bottom part in a bucket of clean water, and you're all set. Okay. What you want to do is decide what mug is going to be for what cup, and then cut the top of your handle at a curve so it fits. And then you can kind of tap it, and then it'll give you a nice firm surface. I'm going to attach this, kind of practice or decide how you're going to attach it. See how this is an incorrect angle? So I'm going to tap it some more up top and cut it so it fits that surface even more. Then I'm going to scratch. I like to give you guys different options for scratching, so you can actually use like an old toothbrush too if you want. We don't have many old toothbrushes and we have a lot of needle tools. So scratch the bottom. Remember to leave a lot of air in between your handle and your mug. Scratching here. Over scratching is not bad. Not scratching enough is bad. And notice I didn't leave out any slip for scratching and attaching. Well, now that we've been throwing, we have slip buckets. So you can just take the slip from the bottom of your throwing bucket and put it on your mug. You cannot attach a handle to a bone dry mug. It needs to be leather hard. It needs to be slightly flexible, in other words, and so does your handle. Just like that. And then press your handle onto your mug. If you want to make your handle attachment fancy, you can. And also, if this was shorter, I wouldn't have to cut that off. I could just leave that. But it's long. You don't want your handle hanging off. Get nice and neat. And if there's a gap, create a little tiny coil to fill the gap. Honestly, if we didn't have timing issues, like if you had the pleasure of being here for 3 hours a day, then you wouldn't have to coil your handle because the timing would be better. I often find, because I only spend 3 hours a week in my studio, that I'm coiling more because I'm attaching like different wetnesses, just like that. Make sure that there's enough room for the size. I should have at least 2. I could have 3, but 2 fingers in here. If you look on your Pinterest, you can find people do all types of things to their handles to make them fancy. You know, something like that. kind of cool, whatever. This nice big handle I'm putting on this big travel mug. Cut it to a curve. Make sure you cut it for the curve. What I'm going to be looking for in your handle is I definitely want to make sure that the width up top is wider than the bottom. Just like that. And just make sure you scratch and attach. Like that. Actually don't love that. Cut more off the top. Just like that. Make sure there's extra room in your handle. Like that'd be good. And very good. And then scratch and attach. I'll also be looking for the sides of your handle being tapered and thin, not too heavy. Scratch and attach it on. And that's it. Thanks, Nick.
You're welcome.
Who's got questions?